My name is Nuno and I represent the animation school, and we're very fortunate to be here this year, and that's because one of our graduation films is in official selection. It was 2,600 films and it was 85 countries, and the truth is we've been trying to get into this festival for 4 years now. The film that got selected was called Arid. The film itself is quite dark in its storytelling process, but from a technical point of view, it is absolutely beautiful. And once we saw it come together, then that's when we realized this film is going to go places. And the other thing about this film, which has been quite important for us, is that it has a very strong African theme, which is something we've been encouraging students to do on an annual basis, is to produce a reflection of who we are as Africans and not go down the same road as the Americans or the Europeans. This year has been, we've had a purpose. You know, the other years we're here just to absorb what's happening around us, and it was great, but we almost felt lost sometimes because it's such a big festival. But this year, every time we meet someone and they ask who we are, then we tell them we're from the animation school and that we have a film in official selection. Then they immediately pay attention from that point forward. You know, 2016 was amazing for us, and tonight is the award ceremony, so we're holding thumbs, but we're just happy to be here. Our main partnership is with Gobelins, Emile Cohl. They're based in Paris, and we started this partnership about 3 years ago. It was surreal when they invited us to a partnership because they ranked the #1 school in the world at the moment. So we are incredibly proud. And over the 3 years, they've taught us a lot. You know, we've actually adapted and changed the curriculum based on their advice. And the one thing that they were always telling us is to develop more art. So more drawing, more sketching, more art direction. And it's what we're driving forward now. And if you watch Arid, then you'll see that art direction is already, you know, moving in a direction that we're proud of now. We were also fortunate enough to work with a world famous director called Alex. He's our mentor, and he comes out 3 times a year to help our students develop their films, and he guides them into all processes of animation, which is art direction, storytelling, and animation production. We have a new partnership with our second French school. It's a school called Emile Cohl. They're based in Lyon. And this partnership is quite unique because we were quite humbled by the agreement that they put forward. And that was that they want to have a teacher exchange program between France and South Africa. But what's remarkable about this program is that they are going to be sending down 2D teachers to our campuses in South Africa to help us with 2D, because we still have a lot to learn in terms of 2D. However, on the 3D side, we are masters at 3D. So we've been developing that for 16 years. So they've invited our 3D teachers to come to France to teach them 3D. So it's fantastic to see that now the relationships are like a two-way relationship, where they're helping us with certain areas that we need developing, and then they're inviting us to come to France to help them with 3D. Well, Annecy is one of the most prestigious festivals, one of the most respected festivals around the world. And I think they have something like 7,000–8,000 visitors a year. And if you take part and you see, you know, the directors that show up and the studios that show up, it's all the studios that we've dreamt about. You know, we've been watching the DVDs and the films, but we'd only read their names on titles. But now we're actually putting a face to the name, and we can actually go ahead and introduce ourselves and say we're from South Africa and meet people. But the other thing about Annecy is it has a huge legacy, and it's been going on for many years. And it's a place that everyone that's interested in animation should visit at least once. I wish I could bring more students every year, and yeah, they need to save up so they can be here.